Hello everyone. Today I want to be talking about the process of how to clean a classroom efficiently. Now, the hallmark of a great cleaner is somebody who can do their job fast and effectively. I know not everybody's going to be a janitor, but I'm hoping that some of the techniques that we use inside the classrooms you can adopt in your own home to help make your own cleaning more efficient. With the amount of days that I've worked and the amount of classrooms I've cleaned, I've probably been through this process, I would say, about 10,000 times. And I've trained two of our guys that I work with daily on how to do it, so I do know this process quite well. There are 4 steps when it comes to cleaning a classroom. The first being straightening up, the second being garbage and recycle, the third is sanitizing, and the fourth is floor care. When you first get inside of a classroom, the very first thing that you want to do is start straightening everything up, which is aligning all the tables, pushing in the chairs, stacking papers neatly, and while you're doing that, you want to look around on the floors to make sure that you get all the pens, pencils, crayons, in my case toys, and all the important papers like kids' quizzes, homework, that may have been put on the ground but were not meant to be thrown away. When you're done straightening up, the next thing is garbage and recycle. When you start your garbage and recycle process, the very first thing that you want to do is circle the room and pick up all the large debris such as cups, bags of chips or anything else that you find on the ground. Put it inside the garbage can, and when you're at the garbage can, take out the old liner, place a new one in, and take the old garbage bag to the pencil sharpener to empty out the pencil shavings. When you're done with that, you take both your garbage bag and the recycle bin out into the hallway where you have 2 larger containers waiting for you, and you dispose of them properly. Now, before you go back into the classroom, we need to set up for sanitizing. So in order to start your sanitizing process, the tools that you're going to need are a dry cloth, like a flat mop head, and an all-purpose disinfectant cleaner. When you get back inside the classroom, you set the recycle bin back to where it goes, then you start spraying down all the tables and you start wiping them clean. If you run into any issues such as Sharpie or pen marks, it's always handy to either have a magic eraser or some graffiti spray and to help you get with those stubborn areas. Once that's done, all the desks are clean, you then move to the whiteboard. And with the whiteboard, you only want to wipe it with a dry cloth. You don't want to use a lot of chemical, because if you do, the chemical won't dry by the next day when the teacher goes to use it. When they erase something, you're going to leave black marks all over the board and it's going to look like a giant mess. So if you can't clean everything with the dry rag, you can dab a bit of chemical on your rag and spot clean as necessary. Now, when you're done with the whiteboard, the next thing is we need to sanitize all of the touch points. So with sanitizing all the touch points, that's things like door handle, pencil sharpener, phone, keyboards, and everything to that sort. When that's done, then we need to work on the floors. Now, floors are by far your biggest process when you're cleaning a classroom. If a classroom, on average, takes somebody 15 minutes to clean, 7 or 8 of those minutes is going to be on the floors alone. And the reason for that is because there's so many chair and table legs that you need to dust around or use your dust mop to get around, and classrooms are often much bigger than what you might perceive to be. So when you're ready to sweep, you need to put all your sanitizing equipment away, grab your dust mop, and start in the back of the room and work your way out the door. While you're dust mopping and while you're sweeping out the room, it's important to pay attention for any areas of the floor that might need to be mopped up with a wet mop. And then once you're done dust mopping, you can go grab your wet mop and touch up any of those areas. In summary, when cleaning, especially as a job, time is of the essence. It is by far the most important thing that you will run into is how can you improve your time. There's constantly new tools and new techniques that people are trying out to lower their time and become more productive and overall a more efficient